Greetings, respected judges, my worthy opponents, all protocol observed. I, Grace Ekua Ochri, hereby humbly express my thanks for your interest in the motion. The House reject the 3 new taxes passed by Parliament, and as stated before, I am hereby standing against the motion. And with your permission, I would like to begin by saying taxation is a key to promoting sustainable growth and poverty reduction. In developing countries like Ghana, the economy is highly dependent on tax revenue as government expenditure for developmental purposes. My opponents might say that there is already too many taxes in the system. Yes, there is no doubt about it. But considering the current economic situation and some factors beyond the government's control, it has really necessitated the need for these new taxes. We all know what COVID-19 did to our economy. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the economy's growth reduced from 5.8% to 1.5%. The government had to introduce new lockdown, make provision for food, water, electricity, and also make available for hospitals. All these things has really necessitated to the need for an IMF bailout. The bailout is simply giving support to an entity facing threat of bankruptcy. And even with the IMF bailouts, there is a requirement that we need to meet. And these new taxes will help generate funds to meet this IMF bailout, which is $3 billion. My opponents might ask, why should taxes be imposed on betting? Well, placing a bet or lottery is actually an investment, though it's indirectly. So the government wants to use that platform to also generate income for the country's benefits. Moving on, with regards to the taxes imposed on sweet beverages, tobacco products, and alcoholic drinks, it is actually a way the government uses to check the consumption of these harmful products. In other words, the government is trying to look out for the healthy living of its citizens because the content of these products is actually harmful to human health. In conclusion, while there are valid concerns raised against the passage of this new law, let's not evaluate their long-term benefits to Ghana's economic stability and development. Let's come together with our taxes and make Ghana an environment conducive to economic growth. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ghanaians, judges. I stand on all existing protocols to say a very big thank you for offering me this vast opportunity to talk for the motion against the 3 new taxes that has been passed by the government recently, which are the excise duty amendment bills. These are taxes imposed on imported goods from outside, like alcoholic products and petroleum products. Growth and Sustainability Levy, a tax that is imposed on specific companies and institutions. Income tax. It is a law which is imposed on the income by business workers and other individual workers. First of all, these 3 taxes are being implemented if these 3 new taxes are being implemented after the 31st of May, it may definitely reduce the confidence of businesses and young entrepreneurs. For instance, looking at the economy, we need tax cuts to enable people establish small businesses to improve our confidence in the society, to bring back confidence into the economy domestically. Say Shayen Edredima, you hear tax cuts are overboard, may spend more for more confidence in the society. For instance, sa abantu petrol do, na sa otil small levies order yene drinks, no fuel na yetwa. It will help us to generate more. Because we are definitely not going to buy it. So I would advise the government to reduce prices on such things. If inflation is 45%, Ghana's debt to GDP is 75.9%. The introduction of these 3 new taxes will increase our inflation rate to about 76%. By the end of this year, December, our debt will increase to 93.5, be stated by the IMF. Government should cut down its expenditure and encourage public public-private partnership, also known as the PPP. An example of the PPP is the One District, One Factory. Lastly, GUFA and the Food and Beverage Association of Ghana has expressed its deep disappointment with majority in Parliament and government for the passage of these 3 new taxes. This is because it will make their operational costs rise very high, where therefore automatically affect other businesses as well. This is by increment of prices and products that will be on the market. It then leads to low consumption by customers. Hereby, people cannot afford to buy it, and it affects their business and their profits as well. Sectors government need to focus on is agriculture. Agro-processing, mining, and mineral processing. This is because to gold and diamond, we don't need to export them. We don't need to export the raw materials. Therefore, we need to make them valuable. Because if we export them, these same foreigners would make them valuable and come and sell it to us at higher prices, of which taxes are imposed on them. The government needs to find creative and innovative ways of raising revenue, other than finding easier ways by using taxes to raise money from citizens.
Well, my opponents made mention that Ghana's debt will increase 93.5%. Well, this tax bill will help generate $4 billion for economic growth. And in countries like UK, they are paying higher tax than Ghana we are paying. And this new tax bill will help generate more income to meet the IMF bailout, which is $3 billion. Thank you.
Mr. Judge, I would advise my components here not to depend solely on taxes, but to find other innovative ways by the government to partner with other private business sectors, private business sectors in order to raise funds to contribute to the nation's development. And you made mention of other things. By not depending solely on taxes, do you know that Ghana is one of the most expensive countries to live in Ghana here? By research that I have made by MoveHub, an organization that gives information to people who want to travel outside the country. So I would advise you to check all these vital points, for we do not have to depend solely on taxes in order to contribute to the nation's development.
Do you also know that we are in debt?
But then, how are we going to buy if the prices of fuel are really, really high? They need to reduce it in order to generate more profits. Because I don't think they're going to sooner one city. Obi one work 20%. You would buy. Ever go to 20% and more.
Right, thank you. Thank you. Judges Wunnam and Grace, in your hands now. Silence, please.
All right, Wunnam and Grace, I really enjoyed the collaboration. I enjoyed the exchange very much. I actually felt pulled along to be able to appreciate each one trying to make her own point and getting her point across. I really was pulled along with that, and that is what debate is supposed to be. I mean, you are trying to convince me as to which side to actually be on. I'm not going to tell you my side, but then what I would say is that I think you debated the topic very well. I am Wunnam. I liked the bits that you went out of your way, apart from opposing it or opposing it, you went ahead to actually give reasons or give areas that the government needed to work on to to be able to generate more income instead of going into the tax range. Now, Grace, you also had your field day, and you also did well. And once again, like you're saying, it's a broad topic. It is a topic that really cuts across a whole lot. So it will be difficult to debate it within this short period of time. But then good job to both of you.
Hello. I think, honestly, I think this group really did very well. I enjoyed the debate, and I feel the flow. And I mean, Grace, I'm saying this because I feel this is one of the performances that I've watched from you that I really loved. I like the fact that Wunnam just didn't counter what the opponent was saying, but she actually went ahead to give advice, which was intimidating. And I felt it worked. It worked because along the line you realize that Grace was more like, okay, being a spectator and trying to take in. And I'm like, that's so intimidating, and it worked. But then, in all, it was a beautiful performance that I watched, and thank you very much.
Right, thank you. Now, people, they have done their bit, and the judges are overwhelmed with their performances. And you enjoyed it as well. Can we put our hands together one more time for them? But tell you what, they would appreciate it more if you also voted for them. Star 800 star 567 hash. Wunnam's code is 5 and Grace's code is 8. Vote for them and they'll be happy as you make them stay in this particular competition. Ladies, thank you very much. You can go backstage.